cards. Some magic fun. Whoa. Let's fix that a little bit. Let me shut the music off. So what's going on, everybody? Tonight, well, I forget to close that door like I always do. Alright, so what I'm doing tonight is a new commander deck that I have built. And I'm using Grand Warlord Radha. He's a 3/4 haste. Is it a he or a she? I haven't been able to figure that out. It's an elf warrior, so it's hard to tell sometimes if elves are he's or she's. But it's a 3/4 haste. Whenever one or more creatures I control attack, add that much mana in any combination of red or green. Until end of turn, you don't lose mana as steps and phases end. So, how this came about is my son Finn said he wanted a red-green deck, so I just went searching for red-green legends, and I found this guy, and I was like, guy, girl, whatever it is, and there we go. And I was like, well, this is pretty cool, so I made him a deck, I made me a deck, and we're going to go over it today of what I threw in there. So let's see. Sorry I started a little bit late today, but had some issues with the kids that I had to take care of. So family comes first, of course. So first let's make sure the chat room is working. And it, of course, is not. So let me see if I can fix that real quick for us before we get started here. Oh, I know why. Hello, Harry. How's it going, man? Thanks for always tuning in, Harry. I appreciate that. You're my most loyal viewer. So thank you for always coming to join me in my nerdy adventures. So me and Harry did some trades. He gave me some stuff for this deck. I gave him some stuff for his Dragon's deck. And I think that helped out quite a bit because we played a couple times against each other, and his whole problem was that it took too long for his deck to get started. So we did a little bit of tweaking together. I added a couple things, changed out a couple things, and I think it helped. I think he was a lot quicker. Let's see, chat box. Here we go. Yeah, I didn't have much time today to tweak everything before the show, so let's see if I can get it going here while we're doing this. Well, it looks like the chat is not going to cooperate on screen, so I will do my best to get everything working tonight, or the next time. So let's see. Yeah, my whole computer is working kind of funny. So let's hope for the best. I will try to stay in touch with everyone through the chat that I have running in the background. So anyway, like we said, General Warlord Radha is the commander for the deck, and it's all about abusing that ability and getting him out as fast as possible. So as always, I start by going through the land base in the deck. So let's do that. We got a lot of basics. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 basic forests. You can already see I've had a win, because I had a signature on that one. So, yes, I see you, Harry. Hello again. Oh, and it's working! Hey! Chat works. So, what did I say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 forests. Put those to the side. Now I got mountains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 mountains. And I am sporting my alpha mountains, which are so ugly that they're beautiful. I always like the look of the old black border ugly cards. I always thought that they looked, I mean, besides the value behind them, but I like the way that they actually looked like an old wizard's spell book. So I kind of don't like how they modernized all the cards. You know, I do like some of the things that they did, like with Commanders now, or with Legends, where they have the new border where you can tell them apart real easy. So I do like things like that, but I really like the look of the old beat up looking spellbook type cards. So I really like having my alpha mountains in there. Give us some flavor. I like flavor. Speaking of flavor, of course, Command Tower with my own flavor art on there from good old Dragon's Lair. I just got this the other day, so I don't exactly know how well this is going to run in it, but it's a Mosswort Bridge. It's got Hideaway. When this land enters the battlefield tapped, when it does, look at the top 4 cards of your library, exile 1 face down, and put the rest on the bottom of your library. You tap it to add 1 green, and then you can pay 1 green and tap it, and you can play the exiled card without paying its mana cost if creatures you control have total power of 10 or greater. I'm not sure exactly if I'm going to keep that in there or not, but getting power of 10 or greater on the board is not difficult in this. Yes, I can actually. I'll try to print you out some of those, because what I do with these whenever I print them, they're just on regular paper, so I can print you out a page of those. Sure, I'll do that for you. Try to pay back the fans, you know. Besides having you know, an awesome show with me, I try to help out people that help me too. So. I'll see if I can print that out for you. Although I won't be at the shop for a couple weeks because I am going on vacation. This is a hidden passage, which you tap for colorless, or you can pay for and tap it, and it makes a target creature unblockable. That's like one of the only foreign cards I have. This, of course, I love these things. The Zalfarin Void. When Zalfarin Void enters the battlefield, you scry 1, tap for 1 colorless. There's like no drawbacks to it, and I love scrying, so this is going in a lot of decks, especially double color. Oh look, another forest. So that was the mana base. You know, nothing too exciting. Did not put a lot of non-basic lands in there. Because I want to be as quick as possible coming out, so I don't want lands that come into play tapped or anything like that. So I kept it pretty straightforward on that. So get through the land. The land is done. Long live Jambi. Anybody know that that reference? Who Jambi is? That's an old comedy TV reference. You have a promo one of those? It's foil too? Of the Zephyr, I can't even say it, Zaffirin Void. Yes, I would love to have a foil Zaffirin I don't know how to spell that. But yes, I would definitely love to have one of those. So we can do some talking. See what else I can get you for your dragon deck. Alright, so lands are shuffled. Let's go to non-land. Spells. Save creatures for the last part. So, I did a lot of evasion type stuff in here first because I need to attack every turn with my creatures, right? To get all this extra mana from Grand Warlord Radha. So, we got a Trailblazer Buddhist in there. Equipped creature has non-basic land walk. Equipped 2. We had Prowlers Helm. Equipped creature can't be blocked except by walls. Well, who the heck plays with walls? So, yeah, so it basically makes it unblockable. Equipped 2. So, yes, Harry, put that card to the side for me, and we'll figure something out, alright? So we got Prowler's Helm. Let me quick flip through here because I had a bunch of evasion stuff here. And okay, so that was to make unblockable. Then other evasion effects. We had Gruul's War Chant. All creatures I control get +1/+0 and have Menace. So Menace, they can't be blocked except for 2 or more creatures. That's a nice foily Gruul War Chant. Which gold foil cards always look pretty impressive, so I like that. Fires of Yavimaya. Creatures I control have haste. Sacrifice Fires of Yavimaya. Target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. So, not really an evasion, but one of my power-ups. I'm going to actually put that over here. Gruul or Goblin War Drums. Each attacking creature you control that opponent chooses to block may not be blocked with fewer than 2 creatures. So it gives everything I control Menace. It's another way to give Menace. So more than one way to add Menace. I'll take that. And then this. This is a card I've always wanted to play, but never put it into a deck. So I am playing with it now. Turns out that it is one of the most valuable cards in my entire collection. Which I did not even know. I did not even know. Apparently they didn't print it past unlimited. I'm messing with the focus a little bit here, guys. They did not print it past unlimited. So, man, I'm having a lot of technical difficulties tonight. Just bear with me a little bit, guys. Alright, so what the deal with Raging River? It's 2 red mana, and there's a lot of words on this, so give me a second here. When you attack, non-flying defending creatures must be divided as opponent wishes between the left and right side of the river. You then choose on which side of the river to place each attacking creature. And attacking creatures can only be blocked by flying creatures or those on the same side of the river. So here's the deal with this card, okay? Is I put the river out. I say I'm going to have these creatures, well, you put your blockers, and you say, okay, I'm going to put blockers over here, I'm going to put blockers over here, right? And then I take my creatures, here's your blockers, then I take my creatures and I say, okay, well, I'm going to decide that I'm going to attack with these creatures on this side, and these creatures on this side, and only the ones on that side of the river can block those on that side of the river, except for flyers can block on either side. It's a really interesting card. It's a really wordy card. I think it's going to be fun when it finally hits the table. So, it's, I haven't gotten it into play yet, but I can't wait to, because people are going to be like, what the hell is that? Let's see, other evasion stuff. Let me look really quick. Thought I had some other evasion stuff. I did not get to prepare as much as I usually do. So we'll go through other equipment. I had Helm of the Host. At the beginning of combat on your turn, create a token that is a copy of equipped creature, except the creature isn't legendary. If a equipped creature is legendary, that token gains haste. So before combat, it makes a copy of copy of whatever it's equipped to, and it's got haste. So usually I will copy my commander, which basically gives me double mana for each creature attacking. So even if Grand Warlord has Helm of the Host on him, right there is instantly 4 mana because I get another one of these guys, and I attack with both of them, and there you go. Then the next turn, I would have 3 Grand Warlords and attack, and there's 6 mana just from Grand War, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 mana just from Grand Warlords. So Helm of the Host gets out of control with that guy really quick, and again, fast mana. So if I'm attacking out every turn, I need ways to protect myself, right? Because all my creatures are tapped. So I threw an old school Fog in there. 1 green instant, everybody knows Fog. Creatures, well, this is the old school revised version, so I'm going to read this very weird, wordy version of it, but creatures attack and block as normal, but none deal any damage to or otherwise affect any creature as a result. Oh my god, I can't even talk. Let's start over. Creatures attack and block as normal, but none deal any damage or otherwise affect any creature as a result of an attack or block. All attacking creatures are still tapped. Play any time before attack damage is dealt. Okay. Now it just says creatures don't deal damage. So, those old cards, really wordy, really confusing. I'm so glad that they have cleaned up a lot of them. But again, I like the old school look of these old cards. They just look so ugly and good. Vitalize is a good surprise card. Instant, 1 green, untap all creatures I control. So you'll see why that works as well later. And a lull. Creatures deal no combat damage this turn. It's basically a Fog, but with cycling. So if I don't need it, I cycle it away and draw another card. Speaking of card draw, we got Commune with Nature. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature card from among them and put it in your hand. Put the rest in the bottom of your library in any order. So it lets me sift through my deck to get a big fat creature. Old school Wheel of Fortune. All players discard their hand and draw 7 new cards. Again, with all the mana that I'm going to be generating from all these creatures attacking, my hand is usually empty, so I don't mind dumping it and refilling. Adventurous Impulse. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature or land card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. So again, sift for creatures or land if I really need it. Harmonize. Straight up, draw 3 cards. Doesn't get any simpler than that, right? So we got to Harmonize in there. And we got to Reforge the Soul. Each player discards their hand and draws 7 cards. It does have Miracle. So Miracle for 2 mana. You can cast this card for Miracle cost when you draw it if it's the first card drawn this turn. I cast my first Miracle this weekend, which was this card. And I was actually playing against a Nekazar deck, which was funny. But I got to cast this with Miracle before he got Nekazar out. I actually wheeled twice before he got Nekazar out, and that was pretty funny. Now some power-ups for all these creatures I got out. Githu's Warcry. Target creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Basically gives any creature I want fire breathing. It's an enchantment. So I attack with everything. I pick which one they didn't block, and I power that sucker up. Overrun. Good old Overrun. All creatures you control get +3/+3 and gain trample till end of turn. I always win games with Overrun, so love that card. Bow of Nalia. Attacking creatures I control have Death Touch. You can pay 2 mana, tap, and then choose one. Put a +1/+1 counter on a target creature, or Bow of Nalia deals 2 damage to target creature with flying, or you gain 3 life, or put up to 4 target cards from your graveyard on the bottom of your library in any order. So it does a lot of different things. Again, I have extra mana to blow, so I have 4 options with that. And either way, even if it's tapped, everything's got Death Touch. So you don't want to really block me, or I'm taking out creatures with stuff, so I'm cool with that. Here comes the damage. Throne of the God Pharaoh. At the beginning of your end step, each opponent loses life equal to the number of tapped creatures I control. Again, I'm normally... You hate Death Touch and Boanalia? Yeah, I've had this card for a while, and I've had it in many decks, and I've like never gotten the thing into play. So we'll see if that ever hits the table. But Throne of God Pharaoh, again, I'm usually tapping out or attacking out. So at the end of turn, I'm doing a bunch of damage for all those creatures I got. So it's killing everybody before they can kill me. Speaking of tapping out, Relentless Assault. Untap all creatures that attack this turn. You may declare an additional attack during your main phase this turn. So, second attack. Attack with everything, get a bunch of mana. Attack with everything again, get a bunch of mana. Play a bunch of big stuff so I can block whatever's coming through next turn. So, great. Again, Fury the Horde as well does the same thing. But you have the option of exiling 2 red cards from my hand rather than paying its mana cost. But, again, 7 mana in this deck, not a problem. Not that hard to get. Again, it untaps all creatures and you get another attack phase. I threw a Desert Twister in there. An old Desert Twister. When you play this deck, are you normally targeted first? No. Because I get out, the couple of times that I have played it, I get out there faster than anyone can even respond to what I'm doing. So they hadn't even had a chance to target me yet. And usually I go after blue first because I don't want to deal with counter spells and all their nonsense of bouncing everything. White and black I kind of fear as well because of the board wipes. But I haven't had to deal with a board wipe yet, so I don't know exactly what to expect when that happens yet, but I think I'll be okay. Desert Twister is mainly in there to get rid of planeswalkers or well, I can't do indestructible, but it's destroy target permanent. Anything I want on the board, it's gone. Negate cards to stop Garul. I don't know what that means. Okay. Then we had a couple of X spells, which I feel like I need more X spells or ways to use extra mana. We had a Hurricane, which Hurricane deals X damage to each creature with flying and each player. So it's a way to just slam all the players. Again, old school Ice Age, black border of that. And I don't really have many flyers in the deck, so that's there as a killing blow to everybody. As well as Rolling Thunder, but I know that there are better options for Rolling Thunder now. Rolling Thunder deals X damage divided any way you choose among any number of target creatures and or players. So deal X, split it up however you want. There's a new version of this where you pay X and you can deal for every 1 that you pay past that, it does X to that many targets. So I have to figure out what card that is and try to track it down. So that was my couple of X spells in there. So that is the spell base of the deck. So you kind of get an idea what's going on. Negate is a counter card with CMC cost of 2, and you know what Garul is. Counter card with CMC cost of 2. Yeah, I don't think negate is much going on. Let me just look up what Garul is, because I can't remember all the Magic cards by name anymore. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, so that is the spells behind the deck. No. My commander is Radha, not Garul. I think you're confused tonight, Harry, and you're confusing me because I just forgot your name. I'm so terrible with names. Okay, so let's get into some creature goodness, right? Let's see what's going on here. So creature goodness, we have Kenra's Charioteer. He's a 3/3 trample, and all other creatures I control have trample. You'll see why that's important later. Again, archetype of aggression. Creatures I control have trample. Creatures your opponents control lose trample and can't have trample. Anger. This is my ultra crappy printer version of anger because I don't have enough angers. So my anger proxy, it's 2/2 haste, and if he's in the graveyard, all my creatures have haste. Brawn. It's a 3/3 trample. As long as Brawn is in my graveyard and I control a forest, all my creatures have trample. So again, giving my creatures all kinds of abilities. Either trample or haste. Haste is important because I want to play and attack. Ogre Battle Driver. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under my control, that creature gets +2/+0 and gains haste until end of turn. So again, I cast a bunch of stuff, attack with it, get a bunch more mana from Grand Warlord. Good stuff. And that's a foily one. I don't know how I even got that. So nice foil in there. This is something I just threw in there because I figured I needed some life gain just in case. But it's also card draw. Pelaka Worm. It's a 7/7 trample. When he comes into the battlefield, I gain 7 life. And whenever it's put in a graveyard from the battlefield, I draw a card. So 2 good things for 7 mana, 7/7. That gives me 7 life and a card. Kind of interesting. Don't know exactly how I feel about it. That might be one of those spots I can plop out. All right. So I also, just in case I can't keep my commander out there, I got a bunch of mana dorks in here. So we got the Quirion Elves. Whenever you play Quirion Elves, choose a color. So you can tap to add whatever color you chose. And he also taps for green. So red, green mana, whatever I need. I gotta fast forward through a little bit of this. Naga Vitalist. Tap to add to your mana pool 1 mana of any type of land you control could produce. He's a 1/2. I feel like there's better mana dorks than him, but he's in there for now. Wood Elves, of course, when Wood Elves comes into play, search your library for forest card and put it into play. We'll just kind of put that down there for now. We'll come back to these. Got to sort for a second. All right. Llanowar Elves. Tap to add green. It's a 1/1 for 1. Bird of Paradise. 0/1 flyer. Add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. Old school Bird of Paradise. Leaf Gilder. Tap to add green. It's a 2/1. So, good stuff. Heart Warden. Tap to add 1 green. Pay 2. Sacrifice Heart Warden. Draw a card. So, again, if I can't attack with him, I can still make mana and sack him to draw cards. Whatever. Orcish Lumberjack. This is one of those cards I've always wanted to play with, and now I really see the power of this guy. And everybody's always like, what the hell is this? Well, check him out. Tap. Sacrifice a forest to add 3 mana and any combination of red and or green to your mana pool. Play this ability as an interrupt. So, check it out. This is what... I just got to show you what happens a lot. I got to clear the board for a second. Turn 1. I play a mountain. I play an Orcish Lumberjack. Okay? Turn 2, I play a forest. I make green. Tap, sack for red and 2 green. So that's 4 mana in my mana pool. There's my commander. He's got haste. I attack, make more mana. I have 2 mana. This is turn 2. And then I play whatever. I'll play this guy. So this is my field on turn 2. Okay? Turn 3. Whether I play a land or not, say even if I play another forest on turn 3, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, sack 5, 6, 7 mana on turn 3. And then I'm playing, what the hell? I play the Pekala Worm and gain 7 life, and now I got a 7/7 trample on turn 3. This happens a lot with this deck, and it's what makes it so exciting for me. It's crazy that has happened so many times. So let's get back here to this stuff. So that guy, Orcish Lumberjack, amazing. Amazing. Guess I will try to slow down, but when I get excited, I talk faster. So let's see. That was another mana dork. Blah 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 blah. Let's double check, because again I didn't have much time to. Yeah, let's just get rid of cheap creatures. Okay, so we got an Elvis Visionary. When Elvis Visionary comes into play, draw a card. So, just card draw with an attacker. And this is interesting too. Copperhorn Scout. Whenever Copperhorn Scout attacks, untap each other creature I control. So, even if I have a bunch of mana dorks out there, if I attack with this guy, so, like, say I got 3 mana dorks out there, right? We'll put 1, 2, 3. Even if I have 3 mana dorks out there, and this guy, okay, I can attack, well, make mana. 1, 2, 3. So make 3 mana, attack with this guy, instantly untaps all my creatures. 4, 5, 6. Pretty cool with mana dorks. To just have a way to untap and make stuff. It's basically vitalize on a creature. I see him attacking once and then instantly dying. But again, he attacks. I can attack with everybody with Grand Warlord out there, and he untaps all my creatures so they're ready to block or tap for mana dorks again. So it's a neat setup. I think that he's good, but I have not gotten him on the table yet. Let's see. What else is happening here? So now we get into one more mana creator, and it's a Nihib. It's a 4/6 with a flick 3, which means whenever this creature becomes blocked, defending player loses 3 life. And at the beginning of my pre-combat main phase, or post-combat main phase, add red mana to your mana pool for each 1 life your opponents have lost this turn. So again, I'm attacking with a bunch of creatures. Because they attacked, they're making mana. And then for all the damage they're making mana as well. So they all have trample because of the effects that I showed you from other creatures given. So I'm hitting players, making a bunch of mana, doing crazy stuff. This thing just makes so much mana so fast, it's great. Everything in the deck makes mana. So we can use that mana for all these token generating creatures. Wolfbriar Elemental. It's a multi-kicker 1 green. So that means you can pay an additional 1 green any number of times as you cast a spell. When Wolfbriar Elemental enters the battlefield, put a 2/2 green wolf creature token into the battlefield for each time it was kicked. So this costs 4 mana for a 4/4. But again, every time it was kicked, I get another 2/2 creature. Well, they're all possibly hasted. They're all trample-y. And again, if this guy is out, where is he? They're all hasted, and now they're 4/2s till end of turn. So a lot of cards working together for things. Thank you, Harry, for trading me this. A Savage Ventmaw. 4/4 flyer. Whenever Savage Ventmaw attacks, add 3 red and 3 green to your mana pool. Until end of turn, this mana doesn't empty from your mana pool as steps and phases end. So again, more ways to make mana. Especially if I play either of those cards that let me have 2 attack phases. That's 12 mana that this guy makes. So, good stuff. More token generation. It's a Kari Zev Skyship Raider. Nice foil that I got out of that Christmas promo box thing that they had out. First Strike Menace. 1/3. Whenever this guy attacks, create a legendary 2/1 red monkey creature token named Ragavan that's tapped and attacking. Exile that token at end of combat. So when this thing attacks, it makes another creature. Again, 2. Great in both of the decks is what Ventmaw is. Yeah, they are. So when this guy attacks, it's instantly 2 creatures, while 2 creatures attacking is 2 mana for me. Hornet Queen. Don't know how I feel about Hornet Queen being in there, but it is a flying 2/2 with Death Touch, and when it comes into play, I make 4 1/1 green insect token creatures with flying that have Death Touch. So it gives me a bunch of Death Touch blockers. That's what I saw it as. But again, this thing creeps me out because I'm deathly afraid of bees. But now that I look at the art, the face looks like a weird clown. Look at it. It's like a weird clown face on that bee. I don't know. It's kind of funny. But I just saw it as a bunch of blockers or a bunch of Death Touch attackers that are going to make me mana. Beetleback Chief. When Beetleback Chief enters the battlefield, create 2 1/1 red goblin creature tokens. I was originally going to make this like a half goblin deck and do all kinds of crazy goblin shenanigans with Mountain Walk and all kinds of stuff, but it just got too weird convoluted, so I got rid of all that stuff. I was also going to make it a land destruction deck where, you know, there's a few land or red cards that will destroy all lands. And I had those in there, but I test played it a few times, and it just didn't matter. So I did stuff that gave me power-ups and quickness instead of destroying everyone's land. Because even if everyone's lands are destroyed, as long as my commander is out, I am still making mana, and I am still playing stuff. I might try that again, but I don't think that it's a valid strategy for this deck. Caller of the Pack. Trample 8/6 with Myriad. Whenever this creature attacks for each opponent other than defending player, you may put a token that's a copy of this creature onto the battlefield tapped and attacking that player, or a planeswalker he or she controls. Exile tokens at end of combat. So again, in a 4-player game, this is instantly 3 8/6 tramplers attacking someone, and again, 3 of them giving me 3 more mana. So, yeah. Again, I've never played this guy. I've never gotten him into play, so I don't know how good that's going to be. But I see that taking somebody out, for sure. Siege Gang Commander. When Siege Gang Commander enters the battlefield, create 3 1/1 red goblins. And you can pay 2 mana, sack a goblin. Siege Gang Commander deals 2 damage to any target. Again, I'm making a decent amount of goblins with a few different goblin cards, so this gives me a sack outlet as well to do a lot of last shot damage if I need it. And I did do that one game and kill both other players, so it worked out good. Of course, Verdant Force is in the deck. It's a green deck. You know I got Verdant Fourth in there. During each player's upkeep, put a sapling token into play. Treat this token as a 1/1 green creature. So it goes around. I got 4 more creatures to attack with, 4 more mana plus this guy. It's all good, and there's a bunch of stuff to make him a 7/7 trample. Again, all good. Mongrel Pack. This has always been a fun card for me. If Mongrel Pack is put into any graveyard from play during combat, doesn't even have to be attacking, just during combat, put 4 Hound tokens into play. Treat those tokens as a 1/1 green creature. So if this dies during combat, I get 4 1/1s. So either they're taking 4 damage, I'm getting a mana, or they're blocking it, killing it, and I'm getting 4 1/1 creatures that are going to give me 4 mana next turn. So they really double think blocking this guy. I used to use him a lot with Goblin Bombardment. Also, I'd go into combat, I would attack with him. If they didn't, if they blocked him and killed him, instead I would sack him in response and get 4 1/1 tokens, and then stack those 4 to literally do 5 damage when they were just going to take 4 from attacking. So either way, I would do a bunch of damage. I always had fun with Mongrel Packs. I don't know why people don't use those more often. Wart the Raid Mother. I may keep this in there, I may not. I'm not sure how I feel. But when Wart the Raid Mother enters the battlefield, create 2 1/1 red and green Goblin Warrior creature tokens. This is the important part, though. Besides making more goblins, each red or green instant or sorcery spell you control has Conspire. So that says, as you cast that spell, you may tap 2 untapped creatures you control that share a color with it. When you do, copy it. You may choose new targets for the copy. So it basically lets you twin cast a spell, or fork it, whatever depending on how old you are in the Magic world. And I mean, I have a few good spells in here, like, I mean, a double cast Overrun is really cool. A double cast draw 3 cards is really cool. Double casting Relentless Assault would be fun, so that'd be 2 extra attack phases. But there's not a lot of things that are worth double casting, so I have a feeling that eventually he's going to come out for some other big bad attacker or something else that makes tokens. Nakatl Warpride. This is another interesting card. Great in both of our decks. Oh, it's still talking about that. So this is a interesting card, like I said, and it's in that weird set. I don't even remember the name of that set, but they had this interesting card design that I actually do not like, but it's interesting. Nakatl Warpride must be blocked by exactly 1 creature if able. Okay, so first off, these guys can essentially be unblockable because if I have, where is it? Any of this stuff out there that gives my creature menace. So they can only be blocked by 2 or more creatures, but also they can only be blocked by 1 creature, which means they're all unblockable. So if I have that out there, the Gruul War Chant or Goblin War Drums, which does the same thing, all these guys become unblockable. So, and here's the thing, whenever he attacks somebody, put X tokens into play tapped and attacking that are copies of Nakatl Warpride, where X is the number of creatures defending player controls. Remove the tokens from the game and end a turn. So again, I attack somebody with a ton of creatures. Thank you for letting me know that was Future Sight, because I was not around for Future Sight. That is the part of the period that I quit Magic. So again, with Radha out, it's a bunch of mana. It's also, they can all be Death Touch with the Bow and Alia, 3/3 Death Touchers that can essentially be unblockable with all this stuff. So it's a pretty cool combination. I wanna, again, never played the card, never got it on the table yet. So I really want to see it in action. Handweir Garrison. Whenever Handweir Garrison attacks, put 2 1/1 red human creatures tokens on the battlefield tapped and attacking. It melds with Handweir Battlements, which I do not have in the deck. So again, I attack with this guy. With my commander out, it gives me 3 mana instantly. Those humans do stay on the table. So that's 5 mana next turn. It just builds on itself. Conduit of Storms, and a foil one at that. When Conduit of Storms attacks, add 1 red to your mana pool at the beginning of your next main phase this turn. And you can pay 5 and transform it, which let's look at the transform. Boop, boop, boop. Gotta make the Transformers noise, because it's a Decepticon. That's for you, Amir, if you're watching. Everything Amir says is a Decepticon. Whenever Conduit of Emrakul attacks, you add 2 colorless to your mana pool at the beginning of your next main phase this turn. So, again, more mana generation, stuff to do with extra mana if I don't have things to do with all the mana from all these attacking creatures. So, all good stuff from him. Again, he's in there for fun flavor. I may keep him, I may not. Depends on if I find something any better. But again, he's attacking, so I'm actually getting 2 mana for him. Or 3 mana if he's flipped. This thing is interesting. I was going to make a commander deck around this guy, but a fighting deck with this guy as the commander, but I decided to make this instead, and the fighting deck just seemed kind of So this guy, Grothama All-Devouring. Other creatures have, whenever this creature attacks, you may have it fight Grothamara All-Devouring. When Grothamara leaves the battlefield, each player draws cards equal to the amount of damage dealt to Grothamara. This turn, by sources they control, it's a 10/8. So a 10/8 for 5 mana makes all other creatures able to fight this guy, and if it takes a bunch of damage, everybody draws a bunch of cards. Well, I need card draw too. So if he does die, I'm ready to come back with a vengeance right away. So I got a full hand and a bunch of mana coming out. So that's I'm alright with that. Advisor of the Menagerie. You may look at the top card of your library at any time. You may cast the top card of your library if it's a creature card, and when you spend mana, you can spend mana and as any color to cast creatures. Coloring's not a problem, but looking at the top card of my library has come in handy, and I have like cast off the top of my library because there is a lot of creatures on this card in this deck and a ton of mana floating around, so why not? Fierce Empath. When Fierce Empath enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a creature card with converted mana cost 6 or greater. Reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle your library. Okay, you're about to see why this guy is in there, because there's some Eldrazi floating around in this deck. Alright, so we got an Artisan of Kozilek. When you cast Artisan of Kozilek, you may return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. He's a 10/9 with Annihilator 2, which as my attack trigger, whoever I attack, they have to sack 2 permanents. Ulamog's Crusher, 8/8, Annihilator 2. Ulamog has to attack each turn if able. Again, it's usually an 8/8 trample because of all that other trample effects that I showed you earlier. Nobody likes Eldrazi. Nobody likes to be on the other side of Eldrazi. Conduit of Ruin. When you cast Conduit of Ruin, you may search your library for a colorless creature card with converted mana cost 7 or greater, reveal it, then shuffle your library and put the card on top of it. First creature spell you cast each turn costs 2 less to cast. Again, free mana. Alright, Harry, I will see you later. We're just about at the end of the deck, though, so if you hang out for another few minutes, you'll see the last few cards. Pathraiser of Ulamog, Annihilator 3/9/9, and he can't be blocked unless they block with 3 or more creatures. So again, good evasion spell, good evasion attack with Annihilator. It that betrays. with my fun art from Jurassic Park because it fits that he did betray everyone and then died for it. 11/11 Annihilator 2. Whenever an opponent sacrifices a non-token permanent, put that card into the battlefield under your control. I was thinking of pulling this guy out for Ulamog, the Ceaseless Hunger, because 12 mana is still kind of hefty for something, and Ulamog is 10 mana. And when he comes into, when you cast him, he exiles 2 permanents. But I like the Annihilator effect, so I'm not sure. I may take out Wart Raid Mother for that. I'm not sure what to do with that. And Bane of Belaged. Basically has Annihilator 2 for 7/5 for 7 mana. So, a few things that search for the big baddies, get them onto the table, then I'm really a target. But if I'm playing these guys on turn 4, which is some of the things I've showed you, it gets real ugly real fast. So, I'm going to do a real quick shuffle, like I always do at the end, and see if I can get one hand in here, because I always like to show you guys a sample play test of the deck. I am on a little bit of a time crunch, though, because of all the technical difficulties at the beginning. I will mention, if you are new to my stream and you like what you've seen so far, please hit that follow button. I appreciate any support I can get from anybody, so follow me if you like it. Also, I will let everybody know that coming up this week, I'm going to try to stream tomorrow. Tomorrow is Wednesday. I'm going to try to stream tomorrow, and then Thursday I will not be streaming like I usually do because I am leaving for vacation that day. So, and I'm leaving for a week. So, you may not see me till you'll see me tomorrow. And then, again, I normally do Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays. I will be... I think I will be home on Tuesday, but I'm going to be dead tired because we are driving across country. So that Tuesday show is not going to happen, but possibly next week, Wednesday, Thursday will happen. So just stay tuned to the little feed at the bottom, and I will tell you guys what's going on with the next few days. Also, if you have not subscribed to us on Facebook, that's where I put a lot of the information for the streams. So go to just search for Press Continue Podcast on Facebook, and you'll find me there, where you can totally keep up with what's going on as well. Just about done doing a quick ripple shuffle here. When will I be back to the shop? Well, I won't be there this weekend. So I should be there, well, not this coming Saturday, but the next Saturday. So, I always go on Saturday nights. So that's when I go out and get to play Magic. Plus, I'm thinking about doing the, I don't know what they call it, the Sealed Pack League, where you get into it, you get 3 packs to make a deck with, and I just want that promo foil Reliquary Tower, so I got to get in on that league, just to be able to get that. So a quick shuffle here, and then we're going to get one playthrough, since I got about 10 minutes left on this stream, and we'll see how much mana we can make and how fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Flip this over here. And let's see. We got actually an ugly hand to start with. So let's see what that can do. First turn draw. I'm going to play Saffron Void and scry 1. That is definitely not what I want. Turn 2, drop another mountain, or a mountain, and play nothing. Turn 3, I'm getting all the red. Wow. Turn 4, all I got is an anger out there. Turn 5, jeez. Helm of the Host? Turn 6. This is all just setup. Turn 7, there we go. So once I get that last mana there, okay, here we go. And then we attack for 2, and I have 3 mana of any color. I would play a Naga Vitalist and draw a card. Yeah, it's fun, and you get a foil every week, as well as discounted packs every week. If you get 3 losses in a week, you get a pack. Yeah, it's an interesting format. So I mean, M19. If you guys tuned into my other stream, you saw I did not care much for M19, but it just seems like a fun. Well, there's a lot of good promo stuff around it, so that's what I like about it. Alright, so this turn I would attack, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 Burden Force. And now the tables have turned because I'm getting all kinds of tokens, making stupid amounts of mana, and basically getting to the point of dropping my hand. So even though it didn't come out very well, because I got hosed on color, which I never get hosed on color, that's really weird. It ended up having a strong ending late game. So let me shuffle up again. We'll run one more test hand so you guys again can see what some of the test hands look like. I always try to run a few. And here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh my gosh. This is a terribly shuffled deck. I need more time to shuffle. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7. Again, I'm just doing it so quickly because of being short on time. But let's see. So we'll run it. Draw. Play land. Adventurous Impulse. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. You can reveal a creature or land. Put it in my hand. 1, 2, 3. I will grab that land. Put the rest at the bottom. Turn 2. Draw. Got 2 land. And I will play a Heart Warden. Turn 3. With 3 mana, I will play 1, 2, 3. 3/3 trample. Kenra Charioteer. If I get that 4th land, it's on. Oh, denied. Still have 3 mana, so I can put give everybody haste. There it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. Play my commander. Attack for 2. No, I'd probably just wait because I don't have any mana to do with that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4, 7. Bane of Belaged. Right? The next turn. Got some Trailblazer boots. Oh boy, that's tempting. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That only gives me green. So I would attack 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 4, 5, 6, equip, Bane of Balagad. So it's just an interesting run. I mean, I didn't get my perfect draws, but you can see how it can potentially make a ton of mana. Man, I didn't even get any of my token generators. I just got terrible draws off that. That doesn't happen in this deck. I just need more time for shuffles. But anyway, you get the idea. It's got a lot of fun stuff. It can be super quick. I do need to do some more tweaking just more tweaking. I mean, you know, you saw there's a few cards that I wanted to take out and ideas that I had of things to put in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I literally only spent. I've only played this deck one weekend, and I only played it a couple times. So, see, that's a good draw right there. So let's see if that's a land. No, but it will be. The top 3 cards. I will get. Yeah, we'll take a mountain. Next turn, draw. Oh yeah. 2. Play a Prowlers Helm. Turn 3. Play that guy. Oh wow. And make it where he can't be blocked except by walls. So every turn all my stuff's gonna untap. Turn 4. You know what? Turn 4, I would actually just play this guy and make 2 goblins. Turn 5. Okay, watch this, because I got 2 goblins here, right? Here's my 2 goblins. So I'm gonna attack. Right, play this right here. Okay. 4. So I'm gonna attack. 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. But everything untaps except for him. 5 mana. And then I will play Girl's War Chant. Thought I was going to be able to do more with that. But still, with him being unblockable, all my stuff untapping, so it's still there to block. That's awesome. So we got a bunch of mana here. Okay. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Untapping. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And the Villamog. Okay. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'd actually flip that over to there. 6. So that's 6 mana I'm making, and all that untaps, right? Relentless Assault, attack again with my Annihilator 3. 6, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Attack again, play a Gilded Leaf, so I still have a blocker. This would be dead this time. Yeah, so that came out really well. Look at the top 5 cards. Reveal a creature. Well, I kind of whiffed there. That's Commune with Nature that I played. 3, 6, 7. Color the pack. I wish that thing would have had haste. Again, attack with a bunch of stuff. My hand is empty. That's the problem. And just get a mount. So, alright. So that ran pretty well that time. So again, if you're watching and you like watching me check out some commander decks, please subscribe, please follow, please do whatever you can to tell people about me. Yeah, tomorrow I'll be playing some retro games because I do video games as well. Tuesday nights are always Magic. Just check the schedule. Like I said, check the feed. I'll let you guys know what's going on this week with my crazy schedule because of going on vacation. So, tune in next time where the gaming never ends as long as you press continue. See you guys. See you tomorrow.